Hi ladies, happy 2025. We are in a place where we have the opportunity to make changes, and a lot of us are receptive to it right now. If you want to do this together, I'm doing this at the same time as you, and I also think that the points that I'm going to bring up are actually going to make changes in your life if you follow them and put in the action steps to do them. So I'm going to ask you to get a journal out that you can tear pieces out of, or 3 pieces of paper for good measure. I am making an Instagram series right now called You're a Classic, and this is all about your value, who you are, and the things that you are going to pour into yourself in order to pour into other people. It's a girly series, and it's going to be fun and lighthearted sometimes, but it's also going to be deep sometimes. So along with this YouTube video, I am making a series, an ongoing one, that we can all work together through and keep each other accountable for. I'd like you to write all the questions I'm going to ask you in your journal and then to actually spend time reflecting on them. This is where you're going to see real change. What are your values? If your values are based on a foundation and based on something that's unchanging, that is something that's going to sustain you through hardship and enduring the uncomfortability of change. If your values are based on external factors or emotions, that is not going to be a steadfast foundation for you going forward and working through change, because those things themselves change. My personal values are based in the Bible, and yours may be different. The reason my values are placed in the Bible is because God doesn't change and He is loving, and I've gotten to know the character of God through the Bible. That is how I stick to things. That is how I get through hard things, is God carries me through them. I have endured a lot in my lifetime, and I don't share a lot about it online, but rest assured in knowing that there's been a lot of pain and suffering and hurt in my life. God has been there through it all. God isn't a vending machine God where we put a token in and then automatically get exactly what we want. Hardship has hit me pretty hard. The only way I've gotten through it is with the support of my family and the strength that God gives me through His Word and how much He loves me, and knowing that my value is not placed in what anybody says about me or how my body looks or how well it's functioning, but it's placed on who God says I am, and God says I'm His child. He says I am also a sinner. That leads into my next question. What are your faults? This is going to take some reflection. I would actually encourage you to lay on your bed for 10 minutes and ponder. Actually sit in stillness and ask yourself, what are my faults? This is going to take a lot of humility and honesty. Those are 2 things that I would say are top priorities. In this series, I'd like to really focus on humility and honesty. Pride is the root of so many issues, and being dishonest is often, I think, overlooked and kind of brushed off. If you let go of pride, you're going to be able to see things a lot more clearly for how they actually are. Notice where you can be more humble and be honest with yourself about your faults, because if you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with other people. If you can't be honest with yourself, you cannot be honest with other people, because that alone in itself, not being honest with yourself, is delusional. That is creating some false sense of reality in your mind that is not healthy. I am here to call it out because I think we all do it in different ways, in little ways, maybe in big ways. Bring attention to it. If it's painful to tell the truth is better. Be honest with kindness and be kind with honesty. My next question, do you have supportive people in your life? And if so, who are they? I'd like you to write that down. How can you nurture those relationships? I like to see my friends weekly. I think making people in your life feel valued and appreciated is an important thing, because I think oftentimes we can overlook how special people are in our lives and how they just care about you. How can you serve other people? I have yet to hear someone's New Year's resolution include serving other people, because a lot of this is about self-improvement and doing things for yourself and self-care, and all of those things are good because you are working on yourself, and that is one category. I'm bringing another category into this, and it does have to do with your character. How can you serve other people, and how are you going to? Because we say we want to and we say we're going to, but do we actually act on it? That is something that I need to do more, to set your mind to it and make it something that you can consistently do and stick to. This is the last hard thing I'm going to ask you to do as of now. The thing about faults is oftentimes we have control over how we act. We can either choose to act a certain way that is not good and that feeds into the pattern of the fault that we have, or we can choose to change. That's that hard transition where it's going to take time and it's going to take patience and it's going to take grit. But we can all do it. We're going to do it together. In your journal, on a separate piece of paper, I'd like you to have your faults written down, and then you're going to do this exercise. You're going to say, I can choose blank, insert your fault there, or I can choose blank, which is the alternative action. This is an example. I can choose to be impatient, or I can choose to sit in the uncomfortability of not getting what I want when I want it. I have 2 options, and they're laid out on paper for me to read. Do this with each of your faults, and then put this piece of paper on your mirror, in front of your coffee maker, something that you do every single day, on top of your dresser, and read it every single day. Read your faults and the alternative action to changing it every single day, because the more you read it and the more you consider it, the more you'll see the fault and the more you'll bring awareness to where you need to change it. Because you wrote down how to change it, it'll be a lot easier to actually change it. Now we're in the self-care section. This is a fun section. My question is, what brings you joy? What activity brings you joy? Write down all the activities that bring you joy, because the goal is that you're gonna play into one of those one time a week at least. The next question is, what activities are relaxing for you? You're going to play into that. Hopefully every day you can do a little something that is relaxing for you, maybe before bed. The next one is fun. What activities excite you? And this can be a once a week thing that you go out and do, or maybe you can do it at home. It's important to put yourself out there and do something fun and enjoy life. Next question is, what time do you want to go to bed and what time do you want to wake up? Ideally, really. And from that, it's important to create a schedule and a routine. And that's a whole separate video. At least you can start there. The next question is, how are you going to pamper yourself? Pampering yourself is actually important. Some people might think it's superficial, but it's actually not. Just like brushing your teeth is important, taking care of your body is very important. When you nurture yourself, you have more to give to other people and nurture them. My question is, in what ways are you going to pamper yourself? For me, I'm going to try to do my hair every day and my makeup every day, because I love how I feel when I put in some work. Actually taking the time to get ready and be girly and be feminine. I think it's beautiful. It does reflect how much you care about yourself. With a lot of things, we have choice in how much time we put into them. Choose to put time into yourself and invest time into taking care of yourself. How are you going to enrich your brain? So this includes reading and self-reflection and journaling. What is one hobby that you like and that you're gonna take time to do? My friend told me that she actually admires me because I am one of the few people she knows that actually has a lot of hobbies and does them. And I didn't realize that that wasn't as common these days, but it is important, because if you put time into something you care about, it makes you feel more joyful. It brings a sense of peace. At least for me it does. What is your weekly workout split? It's important to have something that's realistic for you to do. Don't follow what everyone else is doing. Do something that you actually would enjoy doing. Try to do something every single day to move your body, because your health matters. Taking care of yourself includes taking care of your health in your body. Which leads into the next question. How are you going to maintain balance for a healthy diet? What you choose to put in your body, whether it's cosmetics, whether it's what you eat, or what you watch, what you choose to put on your body, what you wear, it all is a reflection of you, but it also affects you. By diet, I mean everything you consume, not just food. I do want to bring up something that has been really important for me. I love doing my nails or getting my nails done, because I feel more productive when my nails are done, and I know it's a feeling. I feel more productive. But again, it's like taking time to do something that is going to make you feel better throughout the day. So if I do my hair, I feel more put together. If I do my makeup, I feel more put together. If I do skincare that day, it's like, oh, okay, I put time into doing something that is good for my body, or that is good for myself, because I am prioritizing how I'm treating myself. So nails are important to me. Flowers are important to me, whether you pick them off of the side of the road or you buy them, whatever it is. Flowers definitely make life feel more special. I just love seeing a flower blossom and waking up and looking at them. God's beauty wrapped up in like a little vase. Just a reminder of the intricate details that God creates, and he's an artist. Like, look outside, look at a leaf, or look at your eyeball. Like, goodness, have you seen the iris of your eye or someone else's? There's so much detail and so much beauty, and the sky, God paints it. I would like to just remind you to have grace for yourself while working through this, to be kind to yourself. It's not to bring guilt to your past mistakes at all whatsoever. It is to bring awareness to the faults that you have in order to change things for the future. It takes action in the present moment to have change in the future. This is not a place of judgment or expectation. It's a place of community and love and encouragement. Being loving sometimes is being honest. Love yourself and be honest with yourself. Those are my questions. I expect to see you soon. I am going to post on my Instagram all about this series of You're a Classic, because you need to remember that throughout this change and throughout your life. Remember that you are valuable. You are so valuable, and life is hard, but you are strong and you are resilient. Okay, I will see you soon. Follow my Instagram. I love you. Jesus loves you.